Yo, what's good, legends? In today's video, I will show you my Thunder Spin to Win Tempest class. It's a combination of Warfare and Storm. So I'm using two-hander, but this can be played with a dual wield as well. As from the name Thunder, we are trying to focus on a lightning because, as you can see, we are sending out a lightning from the skies onto the target. Not around the target because that's the possibility, but as you can see, the lightning straight to his head, his forehead. And we get it basically from Rage. I will show you later how it interacts. There is a very cool interaction with Rage and also the Lightning Strike. So we're trying to scale some of that damage as well through that. We got two auras. We got Stomping Ground to get that Rage region early on in the fight to be able to overflow Rage as much as possible because that's our goal, or rather as fast as possible. We're using the Horn to reduce target's resistances, which means you will deal more damage to him. And this is the highest difficulty. Plus 5 levels, which is the highest you can get from your character. So I'm level 25, plus is level 30. Highest level is level 40. I have not reached a 40 with any of my characters, but I already published one build, the Slam build, in the right upper corner if you guys are interested. I have one more build, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to complete it since Path of Exile 2 is here very soon, and I have to leave for a few days. Also, I was sick for a few days, so excuse me, I was missing some content and videos, but overall, a big fan of the setup. Spin to Win. Didn't really like Spin to Win in any RPGs, but it's kind of growing on me, to be honest, especially here. I think it's very well done. Here, I believe I dropped one of the lightning weapons for duel. I kept that one. It's in my event as well. That one would probably be the best because it has a new implicit. Green items have extra implicit in the stats, and this one in particular has a lightning damage increase, which is quite good, 17%. But after this kill, I will take you into the game and we will talk about some stuff. Now, this was not min-max character with a loot, with items. I mean, I could have gotten better rings, you know, better weapon as well, like the dual wield, but I was unlucky with the drops. So it is what it is. But anyways, let's talk about the masteries first. You can see here me running a two-hander. On the weapon swap, I have dual wield, but masteries first. What you want to focus on early on during leveling is get the Sweeping Strike into Whirlwind and Rage Gain. Also, the Reach helps with damage, so try to put all your active points in Sweeping Strikes. And how to sustain energy well early on to keep spinning forever almost is going to Storm. This first passive Arcane Influx for energy regen. You want to take energy regen here and energy here for the max energy. So with this, you'll be able to spin to win non-stop. And there is also one passive later on that you will not need to get points in this one. Later on, all you need is basically this Rage Overflow, which is a chance of recovering 80 energy. And that's why we have Stomping Ground to get the energy regen early on in the fight, right here. Raging Stomp, 2. You can have 3 if you put more points in it, but I have this for now. So while channel skills usable, we have a Channeling, Sweeping Strikes, Whirlwind, so this is amazing. That's how you get your energy early on and then in endgame as well. Now, once you get divinity points, I would recommend putting them in level 2 in Warfare first for the passives here, because they help a lot with on this one. But this one, for example, with damage and rage effect. So this build is all about maximum rage and just rage effect because that gives so much damage and mainly attack speed. You can see the damage on the screen, the numbers. We do damage quite, a lot. Very often, I mean. A lot of DPS damage per second. So I would get these passives first. And once you get level 2 Divinity, put the rest here into level 3 in Storm. Because we are after this passive as well for more Rage and more Maximum Rage. Which is putting our Rage cap to 16 with these passives. And Rage by default, I will show you right here on the scale, gives us a attack speed and damage. At the bottom here, I cannot point my mouse, but at the bottom, total attack damage per stack and attack speed. And with the 5 points in Rage Gain here, we get even more damage per Rage stack. So you can imagine how much damage we're getting per 16 stacks, right? So that's one reason you want to put your points in level 3 here. And the main thing how to spawn Lightning Strike on top of the targets is this Lightning Evoker. Now this does say you have to use non-channel skill, which is not our skill, but if you put point in Rage here, what it says is if your Rage overflows, you have a chance of spawning a Lightning Strike on the target, and that's basically how we spawn it, only through this one. And despite having 15% chance, you could see on the video, we are spawning every second one Lightning Strike. because we get a rage stack per 0.4 seconds, so around 1 second, something like that, we get a proc of lightning strike, and that's insane. That's literally insane. So you can ignore this text. This passive bypasses the need of using a non-challenge skill, so we just spawn it through Wilmot, no problem, and it's amazing. This one helps a lot as well with damage, 40% for lightning strike. And how we scale it more, I put some points, 4 points in the spell rage, and some spell crate, which is not really that needed because we do not run spell crate or crit in general, but there's nothing else to put here. But this will, support the lightning strike more with the spell damage, and even total spell damage per rage. Again, we have 16 stacks, so that's quite a good damage increase for the strike. And then the rest of the points, you will want to put them in the horn here, which reduces the target's resistances, which means you will deal more damage. And aura here, well, before this aura, I would leave this one as the last active skill points, the battlefield awareness. This is literally for sustain, which is not that needed, but vitality drain and vitality damage is a lifesteal. So this build even has lifesteal. I barely need to press a potion in the fight. And you could also see if I did press it, the recharge on the flask is so quick in the fight because there's so much damage per second, it's crazy. So we have a lot of sustain with this build. Good tankiness overall, love it. Mainly here in the storm though, you want to go for Storm Nimbus. This will give you a lot of damage, but we also want to convert the damage into lightning right here. Grants you 100% weapon damage converted to lightning damage. So this is your number 2 thing to get after the sweeping strikes, I would say. Or, you know what, get this lightning conversion once you start dropping these lightning weapons. Like this 20, for example, we are trying to go for the light axes because they have a lot of attack speed as the implicit, and that is very important to regen as much rage as possible. Or you start getting these dual wields, or basically with anything lightning in it. So we get this one, Bearded Thunder, Thunder Axe, and this hatchet as well. So once you start getting these, you want to put points in the conversion here. But other than that, we also have more damage for lightning strike here, and we also have a chance to spawn lightning strike from this aura when you fight enemies, even in the aura. And then we have some extra damage increase here for lightning at the cost of energy reserve. But despite my energy being like halved from the reservation, you have no problem with sustain at all. Once again, is because of this passive. You have a chance to get or recover energy. But if you still struggle, you can probably put 4 points away from here and get like more regen for energy. You can go here or this one. It kind of depends on your gear and setup what will give you the most. So that was and then the rest of the passives are up to you. So extra damage here. This one is lightning strike stuff, the rage stuff. Your number 1 goal is to get rage stuff, and then this lightning evoker, in my opinion. And also this one, combat rush. This does not show as a buff in your buff bar, but this does activate for 1 second every time you hit. And we have this one non-stop because we do so much damage per second once again. We have this non-stop. Like, there's a lot of damage, a lot of movement speed, so definitely get that one if you can. Perfect one. Amazing. The damage with this is quite crazy. The difference that is with and without. When it comes to gear, I showed you I'm running a 2-hander because I rolled a pretty good one. Flat lightning damage, lightning percentage, weapon attack damage, those are amazing. Attack speed is great. I believe you could even go crit if you rolled crit on the weapon, on shoulders, and then on rings. Maybe amulet, I believe, can roll too. Oh, there's a unique one. So we can get on rings, shoulders, and weapon. And this build would also work well with a rogue instead of storm. Going full crit, that would definitely work. So you would basically ignore lightning strike and kind of rage, but that's probably for a different build and setup. And for the rest of the gear, like armor-wise, you want to look for heavy armor or medium. So you want to look for resistances, you want to look for energy or energy reserved on the headpiece to ease up with the sustain. Shoulders here, classic resistances and life. Life is very good too. Chest piece, same story. Vigor, they finally fixed the main stats or the attributes on items. They finally, benefit or count for fitness, cunning, and resolve, so it's easier to gear. Before it was kind of hard to hit the requirements for light axe as well as dual wield. On the weapon, I already covered that one. On the boots, we want to get movement speed. You also want to go for strike and pierce armor on the gear if you can, if you don't need resistances. And gloves here, get attack speed, that is very important. We don't need physical because we are not physical, but attack speed very good. On the rings, lightning damage, flat lightning damage versus stances. I am missing flat lightning damage here, which would be a big gain for a world setup. White utility damage here, it is actually pretty good because we'll get more lifesteal, as I explained before. We get lifesteal through this aura. White utility drain, so that helps. And for the dual wield, same story as the two-hander. We want to look for flat lightning damage, percentage lightning damage. I guess attack speed will be good too. Be actually perfect. And green ones are the best here. As you can see, the implicit has increased lightning damage compared to like attack speed here, but I think lightning damage is much better. Although I rolled bad affixes on it, but yeah, that's still pretty good. Nice animation as well on this bad boy. Oh, on the potions, I like extra life. And here, extra energy per second. That's very good too. Now the rotation is pretty simple. You basically just, start rolling over. You want to start with a horn to apply debuff. You want to start channeling your whirlwind spin to win. Press the stomping ground or stomp to get rage, and basically just spin to win, right? Spin to win. Now how to get the green items here are also unique items, which I don't have on this character, but there is Amulet, which is not really for this setup, but if you crit, you recover energy. And that one is good for, if you run anything with Rogue. But yeah, green items and everything is through this a Scavenger. On the map, he is right here. So we have the Purgos village here. And right up top, which is right next to Graveyard, we get Scavenger. I always teleport to this waypoint and go, left, top left. But he's basically pure Gamba vendor. So you spend gold and you get random outcome. That's pretty much it. But yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty broke. I didn't get anything good. It is what it is. But it will be the setup for the Spin to Win Thunder setup. I had a blast with this bad boy. I might play some more, get some more min-max gear. But I'm really curious or excited about the new content when it drops, new patch, new act, new stuff to build with. And I have one more build I would like to show, but I'm not sure I'll be able to make it in time, which is a should be a one-shot build for bosses with a Rogue and Warfare, actually, with the Lethal Strike, I believe. But that's for another video. And with that said, though, thank you very much for watching, guys. I stream every day on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. If you want to stop by, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to like this video, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it as well. But until next time, you guys have a great one, and peace out.